trust that all of us who have been here each week and we've been talking about gratitude, that we're all going to sleep counting our blessings and that we're all sleeping well. Yeah. And this Thursday is the official day for giving thanks. It's a whole day set aside to encourage feelings of appreciation and thankfulness and celebration. It may take more encouragement for some of us than for others, but if we let it. Thanksgiving Day can call us to true feelings of gratitude for our life and for what we have now. If we take a moment, perhaps at the beginning of the day, just to feel the happiness within our grateful hearts. If we take time throughout the day to quiet our mind and to feel a sense of peace and well-being beneath all the festivities. If we do, we'll find a deeper meaning to the word Thanksgiving. And we'll become more aware that there is more to us and everyone around us than appears to be. Emerson famously wrote, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Sometimes the frantic energy of a Thanksgiving gathering can make us feel a bit crazy. I mean, getting all the decorations up and getting the food on the table and getting it ready on time, showing up if we're going somewhere, all of it can make us feel just crazy and cause us to forget what the day is about. But crazy is not a new energy in this world. In fact, if we watch or read about what appears to be happening in our country and around the world, then it seems like the world passed crazy a long time ago. And it's venturing out along the borders of insanity. That's why A Course in Miracles tells us, sink deep into the peace that waits for you beyond the frantic, riotous thoughts, sights, and sounds of this insane world. I mean, there's seldom any news reports about peace and well-being. No breaking news about how well things went for the whole day. And it's easy for us to forget what life is all about. That's why it's up to you and me to let our life be the good news that we want to hear and see. Not just on Thanksgiving Day, but every day. It's up to us to choose to be the presence of peace and well-being wherever we are and whatever we're doing. No matter what's going on around us, our unwavering vibration of peace can change the energy, not just in the room we're in, but it adds to change in the world. When we're aware there's more to all of us and for all of us, and we feel the consistent certainty of that truth, we experience more abundant good in our life, and we see more abundant good all around us. If we let an official day of giving thanks cause us to sink into the peace that awaits our grateful heart, then we'll stay sane long after Thanksgiving Day. A grateful heart is a happy heart. And when we live each day as if it were Thanksgiving Day, our feelings of gratitude draw thoughts of appreciation into our mind. It's as if there's so many happy vibrations all around us, just waiting for us to translate the happiness into thoughts of appreciation. Now, through the years, as I've prepared a talk for Thanksgiving, often the 23rd Psalm has come to mind. I mean, I knew it by heart by the time I was 5 years old, and it was one of my first gold stars when I repeated it in Sunday school. So it's a favorite of mine. Now, as many of us know, the Bible is filled with metaphors and poetry. And as most of us know, the 23rd Psalm begins, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Now, when we talk on Sundays about the wanted and the unwanted in our life, it's not to imply that we're ever lacking anything. It's to imply that we're not allowing what is already ours spiritually to manifest in our physical experience. Every good thing we could ever ask for is already within us, as part of us, answered before we ask, given before we need, fulfilled before we want. A Course of Miracles tells us what is the will of God. He wills his Son have everything. And this he guaranteed when he created him as everything. It is impossible that anything be lost if what you have is what you are. We like to say, we're not just a drop in the ocean, we're the whole ocean in a drop. And in the same way, we're not a self in a universe separate from us. We're the whole universe being ourself within it. The ocean has no separate drops. I mean, it has nothing in it that's separate from it, that the drops would be different than it is. The whole ocean is in every drop. The entire ocean makes up each drop. And in the same way, whatever God is, we must also be. Because God is all there is. We're swimming in it. The whole universe and all the multi-universes and multiverses and everything that exists within all of it. In the Lambs of Bible, we read, everything came to be by his hand. And without him, not even one thing came to be of what was created. All that exists was made by God. If we is, and we are, we're divinely made. There's no getting around it and no getting out of it. If that doesn't seem true to us about ourselves and everyone else, it's because we are focusing on the changing appearances of the world rather than the unchanging power behind all that appears to be. We're focusing on the insanity rather than sinking into the eternal peace and love and joy that has caused all that is to be. Which brings us to the title and subject of today's talk, which is very confusing because there's all sorts of versions, but thou hast prepared a table before me, which is another verse in the 23rd Psalm. It goes, thou hast prepared a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Now, give or take a few these and thous, that's pretty much the translation of most Bibles. And for the longest time, I was confused by that passage. But then I came across the translation that is written in the Aramaic Bible, and it cleared up a few things for me. It reads, "You have prepared tables in front of me, opposite my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, and my cup overflows as if it were alive." Whew. It's got a little different feel to it, doesn't it? As infinite expressions of an infinite source, we're not given just one table, there's tables. Multiple tables in all the multiverses, everywhere. Like a universal all-you-can-eat buffet. Everything we could ever desire to express and experience is already prepared for us. It's all on the table. There's nothing hidden. It's an unlimited buffet from which we get to choose anything we want. Anything. It's all there. You've been to all those all-you-can-eat buffets. Whew. And that's why we came into this world. Not to get stuff, because everything is already ours. We came to become aware of our power as a spiritual being to choose. Our power as a spiritual being to create as God creates. By consciously choosing from all the contrast in the world, a life that we enjoy living. We live in a world of duality for a reason. Without it, there would be no individual awareness, no experience of ourself as a master creator. This is interesting stuff. And if you haven't been exposed to it before, and you don't know that God is all there is, then it could sound blasphemous. But it's far more egotistical to believe that we have the power to do anything without the God in us. If we never had an opportunity to choose between this and that, we wouldn't know that we can choose. We wouldn't discover the power within us that allows us the freedom to choose. We live in a world of countless opposites, not opposing powers, but as two ends of the same stick, as we've talked about so often. And both ends are always on the table because there's just one stick. It's all God. And that stick is offering us choice. We get to choose, as we've talked about so many times, which end of the stick we want to focus on. The end that makes us happy or the end that doesn't make us happy? The end that we want to experience or the end we don't want to experience? It's all there. And our chosen focus is important because it is our focus that creates our individual experience of life. No one experiences life in the same way that we do individually. It should be simple. Make a choice for what we want. Make a choice for happy things if we want to live a life of joy. A Course in Miracles tells us this is the miracle by which creation became your function, sharing it with God. But rather than focusing on what we want, somewhere along the line, and it doesn't matter where, we started to believe we had no choice. That maybe we had to eat the same thing over and over again, even if we didn't like it or even if it caused us to be bored. Or that we had to eat everything, even if it made us sick. And then we started fighting with each other over the scraps because we couldn't see the abundance that was before us. And it appeared to us that there wasn't enough tables and enough on the tables for everyone. And we started complaining about things that were on the table we didn't like, even though others seemed to like it a lot. When we focus on lack in the world, or conflict in the world, or what others are choosing in the world, we help perpetuate all that we see and all that we're focusing on, because what we focus on becomes our experience of life. We pinch off our experience of all the goodies that are on the table before us, all there for us to choose. And we're worried about what somebody else has on their plate. Ever watch somebody think they just left the all-you-can-eat buffet and we're thinking that plate is a little full. Or we're wondering why they ate the dessert first. But it's none of our business. As it's been said long ago by Auntie Mame, life is a banquet and most poor suckers are starving to death. When we don't look in the direction of our good because we're looking somewhere else, we can't see it. And so we believe it's not there, and we ask for what we want, and we ask for our life to be more full, and we ask for it, but we're not looking for it, so it still appears to be missing. And we don't feel happy or grateful or appreciative for what we have because we're focused on what seems to be missing in our life rather than all the good that is already present. But as eternal creators of our own individual experience of life, we get to choose differently anytime we decide to. If we're still hungry for joy, we can feed it with gratitude and let our joy grow so that it fills us up. If we're feeling a little queasy about life because what we've chosen so far hasn't set well with us, we can choose again. And even if we can't see yet the good that we want, if it takes a moment to come to us in physical form, if we trust it's there just the same because we can feel it, and if we feel happy about that we feel it bubbling and vibrating and energized within us, our gratitude will open our eyes to the abundant good that from the beginning was prepared for us. If we let our inner being, the shepherd of our life, guide us in our choices, our head will be anointed with the oil of gladness, which is to say our mind will be filled with thoughts of joy and appreciation. And our cup of life this individual life that we are experiencing in this world will grow and expand and multiply and overflow with so much joy, as if it were alive. Happy Thanksgiving Day, every day. Namaste. All right. Make you hungry for a little turkey? Okay. Well, this is the time of our service when we get to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel it from our toes and have it bounce off the walls, because we are so grateful to all of you. We're grateful for all of you who've come today here in person, and you have really warmed this place up, I got to tell you. And we're grateful for all of you who are watching live stream or checking us out later in the week, and I know you do. And we would love to keep doing this. We'd love to have a place to do it. We'd love to keep doing this forever and ever. Amen. So we want to thank you, if you would like us to do that, for your financial support so that we can. So if you heard something today that you liked, or you're waiting to hear something you like, and you want us to come back again and fill that need for you, then if you don't know yet how to support us financially, then our wonderful treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, will tell you how.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There are several ways that you can donate if you're watching this online. You can, if you're watching this on Facebook, or if you'd like to go to Facebook, you go facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center and hit the donate button. If you would like to go to our website and contribute, you can go to lecflint.com and find the donate button and submit a donation via our website. If you would like to donate via PayPal, our email address is lec2512@gmail.com, and you can put in your donation there. Or if you'd just like to do it the old-fashioned way and send in a check, our new mailing address is Life Enrichment Center, 321-294, Flint, Michigan, 48532. And if you are here in the sanctuary today, we're going to have our gratitude receiver come forward.
Jamie, Amazon.
Oh, and stop, Janice. And when you're on Amazon, if you do smile.amazon.com to order your products, and you choose the Life Enrichment Center for your donation, Amazon donates 0.5%, which adds up over time to the Life Enrichment Center. So, and there's several Life Enrichment Centers, so make sure you do the one in Flint, Michigan. Okay, and so now for our gratitude offering here in the sanctuary, we are going to play a song while we take it. It's called Grateful by Marcia Allen, Jason Phillips, and Larry Mandeville, who's in the house today.
Woo!
Okay, and then we're going to have a gratitude prayer from Reverend Stephanie. Thank you.